If you can guess the shirts I'm wearing each video, then I will pin your comment to the top of the YouTube video if you get it right. So this is your one today. If you want to get in contact with the German Gills Show, obviously you can use YouTube and Twitter, but we also have a WhatsApp that you can directly contact me, whether you're at the game before or it's after the game as well. So the WhatsApp link is in the description below. Feel free to click the link and get in contact with me. And if you would like to also support the channel, you could do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link that is in the description, and all donations are much appreciated. Welcome to German Gills. Gills are back at home this afternoon and welcome Wimbledon to the Medway Towns. Your German Gills show will bring your live match reaction today from your host, Reese. We will be joined by Luke again as he aims to predict his starting 11 for this afternoon. Adam Wesgate will be our live match report today to see if the Gills can get those 3 points at Priestfield Stadium. Schön, dass du da bist und los geht's, Gills! Welcome to the German Gills Show as Gillingham take on Wimbledon this afternoon at Priestfield Stadium. Wimbledon are a bit of a bogey team for Gillingham. We have beaten them actually in the first round of the League Cup this season, but we did lose them at their place at Plough Lane in the first game of the season. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game. Thank you very much for stopping by on this German Gills show. And if you'd like to follow our socials, you can do on Twitter. We are on Deutsch Gills, and of course, we're on Instagram, which is German Gills. If you would like to go straight to the live match reaction, use the chat at the bottom of the video to navigate around. Let's have a look to see if Luke can get his predicted 11 correct for our match against Wimbledon this afternoon.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Luke's 11. Today we welcome AFC Wimbledon to Priestfield, arguably one of our bogey teams over the years, and we'll give the boys another stern test. 3 wins from 3 recently at home, albeit against teams around us in league position today, will once again show where this group is, and against a team who have aspirations of sneaking into the playoffs. Last week was a resolute and professional performance from the boys, and it makes me think that there will be only one change this week. So let's get to it. The cat, Glenn Morris in the sticks. Right back, I think we will see Che Alexander keep his position with a centre-back pair of Max Amer and Connor Masterson, and with the versatile Robbie McKenzie keeping his position at left-back. A midfield 4 of Sean Williams, Timmy Diang, Dom Jeffries and George Lapsley, which in my opinion is our strongest line-up in the middle of the park. And up top, Oliver Hawkins, Tom Nichols to return back to the starting 11. I'm predicting a close game this week. Wimbledon do not give much away, and up until last week had only conceded 1 goal in the last 6 games. So my score prediction, 1-1. Los gets Gills.
So Mr. Adam Westgate himself is going to the game this afternoon at Priestfield Stadium. He's going to be our matchday correspondent, and he's going to give us our thoughts for our game this afternoon against the Dons.
Well, good afternoon, Reese, from a very overcast Gillingham. Obviously today we've got Wimbledon, we've got Bradford on Tuesday. It's strange to be in a position, especially where we were in December, where I'm now saying it's not must win. But on that note, I'm going to be positive and say I think today we'll get a Wimbledon travel well, so I'm going to say 2-1 today. I honestly think from the next 2 games, if we get 4 points, we'll have done all right. And I'm quite actually pleased to see Che Alexander playing today. He had a really good game. Obviously, we've got enthusiasm in the background, which is always good. 7,500 roughly, I think, are coming today. It might even be more. So a positive 2-1 result. We've got Alexander playing, McKenzie out. Obviously, Robbie McKenzie's been a good player, but I'm excited to see what Alexander can do, because I think he's shown some better form since the team's improved. So 2-1 today, up the Gills.
So let's jump right into the Gills Fan Zone to see what Gills fans have to say about this game this afternoon.
Hi, this is Matt from the ME7 podcast. I think today Gills are going to win 3-1. I'm going with Nichols, Hawkins and O'Brien to score. Come on, up the Gills.
Let's head over to Priestfield Stadium for today's live match reaction. Los geht's, Gills! So we're about to get underway here at the Priestfield Stadium. It is packed. I can see about, the Raynham end, I know is fully booked out and all sold out, and I know the Medway end's looking pretty similar. But just as this game gets underway, we've got a couple of predictions from the texts that have come in. We've got Jackson again, who's going for a 2-2. We've got Kieran, who was on last week's episode, going for a 2-1 to the Gills. We've got Matt and Mike, who are going for 1-0s. And we've got Will, who is a little less confident from Canada. He's going as a possible slip up here, but still is going for a 1-0. I myself think it's going to be 0-0. But let's see how it unfolds here at Priestfields. So Gills have a corner on this right-hand side. It's the first one of the game, and it's going to be an outswinger by McDonald. Let's see if Gills can actually create something for us. It goes into the box now. It goes to the back post. Can Gills get this on target? And I think Hawkins should feel he should do better there. It's a bit leaning back slightly, and probably is quite a difficult shot in retrospect, probably to get on target. But he is 5 or 6 yards out, and he, you know what? That should at least be on target. Let's have a look again. Yeah, that's it's a difficult technique, I must say, but it is the first real attack of the game, and Hawkins will feel he should be doing a lot better there. So there's going to be a corner on the right-hand side for Wimbledon. It's their first one of the game. It goes to the back post, and Morris is flapped at that, and Wimbledon have still kept possession. They take a shot from distance, and it's taken deflection and gone out for a corner. The first real attack by Wimbledon from this game so far. The Gills have let that one bounce an awful place, and Wimbledon are going to shoot from distance, and it just goes wide of the mark. And I've got to say now, we're about 37 minutes in, but it's a bit of a... it's not actually 37 minutes in, because we've had 2 injuries that have had to be dealt with, head injuries as well, and a foot injury by Nichols. But what it means is Dieng went off as a result, and Williams came on for a straight swap. And I wish Dieng well and hope he's not too bad of a concussion. And Nichols did go down as well, but it looks like he's got back up and he's just playing on through more of an impact injury. But nothing's really happened these last sort of 20 or so minutes in this game, and it's a bit of a really Division 4 style of football, whereas you can see now it's kind of that physical battle, and Wimbledon are just giving lots of fouls away, and Gillingham are just have had more free kicks, but it's just one of those battles of attrition at the moment, it seems to be, as it currently stands at 0-0. So Wimbledon got a free kick right at the centre of the park. They'll lob it straight into the box, and they need to head it away. He does have it away, but the attacker still has a header just over the top of the goal. It's a good save by Morris, and it's the first proper attack of the game, I have to say. We're looking at, 47 minutes, 48 minutes? And that is the first meaningful moment of the game where the goal has been threatened. It's a great ball in by Wimbledon. Gills do clear their lines, I think, but not very convincingly by Gills Masterson. It was in the end, so I couldn't quite see. But more importantly, it was a decent save by Morris, who put the ball over the bar. Again, he feels like he should be saving it every time, I'm sure, but he had to do it, and it's the first, that's the most exciting I could get about this game, and it was Gills defending. And as it currently stands, it's 0-0 and a corner for Wimbledon. Let's keep the highlight going, because I kept talking too long as it goes to the back post. Well, there you go, and it's out. That's the most exciting thing we've had in this half so far. It's still 0-0. So Gills got a free kick on this left-hand side. Arguably, the guy who handled the ball has just been booked. Should have got a second yellow. I'm not going to complain about it at the moment as McDonald puts it into the box. Can Gills get something on it? It's punched away by the goalkeeper. It should go back to McDonald. It needs to recycle it, and it's then gone to O'Brien. I think it's Jeffrey, sorry. And McDonald again has found a little bit of space to go into the box. He probably take a shot on himself. He has done. Oh, what a save! What a fantastic save by the Wimbledon goalkeeper as the attack still is being played. But also, what a shot that is from McDonald. Nearly stuck into the top left-hand corner. And Wimbledon have their goalkeeper to thank for Gills going 1-0 up just before half-time. It was a deflected shot, and the goalkeeper just got his left hand to it to tip it onto the bar. It is a fantastic save. Basically, now we've got the game at 0-0, but 2 decent saves by both goalkeepers on this pitch. But arguably, the better one came from the Wimbledon shot stopper. Still 0-0. Gills could have gone 1-0 up just before half-time if it wasn't for the Dons goalkeeper. And that is half-time. So as it currently stands, it is Gillingham 0, AFC Wimbledon 0, and on the line we've got Adam Wesgate.
Good afternoon.
Now it's 0-0, Adam, and Gills have had a couple of injuries in this first half, but overall, what's been your assessment?
Well, I'm going to say the positives first. I think we've been more in control without looking spectacular. And obviously, Priestfield, it's nearly full if it's not full. So those are the positives out of the way. The injuries obviously have been bad, and we've used 2 stoppages, which has been crap to say the least. And Wimbledon have been getting away with so much with the referee, and they're trying to take every inch they can.
So how do you see this game developing in the second half?
I think that now the referee's actually starting to show the cards, I think they might calm down a little bit. And if that happens, I think we've got enough about us to get the goal. So, and I think this might be a 1-0. I said 2-1 at the start, but I've got a feeling that Wimbledon will only start playing if we score.
So, if you say it's going to be potentially a 1-0, who's going to be our goal scorer, do you reckon?
Oh, I'm gonna go for Master Hawkins. I'm gonna go for him up front. I think he'll get the goal. We've lost Nichols. Dieng's a blow. So yeah, Mr. Hawkins. I'll go for him.
Well, hopefully that comes through, but we'll catch up at full time. So we are underway for the second half. No, we're not, apparently. We're nearly underway for the second half. And you may have noticed when speaking to Adam Wesgate at half time, there's a lot more noise in the background. And actually, that's a good sign. There's a lot of kids there. It means it's a lot busier. And obviously, that's what we want to see in the stadium. So it makes it a little bit harder to make the call. So sorry if you struggle to hear all that. But it means there's a lot more people in the stadium. Anyway, let's see if Gills can get away in the second half and get some goals and hopefully get the 3 points. There's a ball over the top here. It's very dangerous for Wimbledon. That is not for Gillingham. It's not offside as where they build an attack, and this could be dangerous as Wimbledon have finally get the ball in the back. And then they took their time there, but they have scored. Wimbledon. It was a bit of a lapse in concentration, and Gills and Phil were a little bit grieved that they didn't defend that better. They looked like they tried to play an offside trap. It was a bit of a counter attack from Wimbledon, but they have gone 1-0 down Gillingham in this fixture. And I have to say, unfortunately, it's really poor defending, and it was really bad work from Tutondo. He tried to build an attack. He spent too much time, lost the ball, was depossessed, and that's a great ball over the top. He's onside. It looks like the Wimbledon forward by about half a yard or so. There are 3 Gills players back. Amos should be doing a little bit better there. He showed him on the wrong side, unfortunately, and it just went in the left-hand side of the goal. And there's a decent move by Wimbledon, a bit opportunistic. However, they've taken it and gone 1-0 up here at Priestfield Stadium. It's Gillingham 0, Wimbledon 1. So McDonald with a free kick on the right-hand side. It was Alexander that was fouled in the build-up in this play as it comes into the box. And Gills on the end of Hawkins, he can! And it's hit the post, and it's gone in! And Gills have equalised! It is true, Max Amer. He was the one that followed up the header from Hawkins. But what a fantastic header that is by Hawkins. I think initially the goalkeeper saved it onto the post, but who was there just to clear it up? And it's Max Amer as alert as ever. Have I got that wrong? Is it actually going to be Williams? Have I really mucked up my commentary there? Let's have a look at this. It's possible I've screwed that right up. But let's have a look at the build-up. I mean, come on, highlight, get on with it. You've just equalised. But I was convinced that was Amer. I might have to eat my words and say that was Williams. It happened so quickly, it might be. Let's just have a look at this. Come on, highlight, what are you doing? As it goes into the box, look at this header. It's great work, but I got it all wrong. It wasn't Hawkins. It was Williams with the header, and then it was Amer that followed up. I got that bit right. Apologies, hands up, got it wrong. Doesn't matter anyway. Gills have equalised in the 57th minute. Let's get on with this and see if we can get the winner. Gillingham 1, Wimbledon 1. So Gills got a throw on this left-hand side, taken by Tuton to go back to Tuton from Williams. He needs to find a little bit of space to get it into the box, but it's going to go to Williams, who puts it in the box himself. There's no one there to head this one towards goal. It's headed away by Wimbledon. There's going to be a shot from distance, and it's a great shot, and what a goal, and Gills are now 2-1 up. What a fantastic goal that is from Alexander, I think, who managed to volley that in the bottom right-hand corner. And in the space of 10 minutes, Gillingham have turned this game right on its head. Fantastic response from the Gills. I just want to say one thing as well. In the lead up to the other goal, you have to forgive me for thinking it was Hawkins who got the header, because it was Williams with a fantastic header that got Gills the equaliser. And now this time round, what a ball that is again by Williams, and it's headed away by Wimbledon. It doesn't touch the floor, and it is Alexander, and it's a fantastic shot in the bottom right-hand corner. And Gills have turned this game on its head, and we're now looking down the barrel potentially of 3 points. At least it looks like Gills will be getting something away from this game. At least it's going to be a point, but it looks like it could be all 3. Fantastic goal that is from Alexander. What? But, to be able to do that with the ball falling from so high to volley it in the bottom right-hand corner. Fantastic technique. Gills are currently 2-1 up, turn the game on its head, and let's see if we can build on and get a third. It's Gillingham 2, Wimbledon 1. There's a ball over the top for Wimbledon. This is quite dangerous, and that could be a push and a penalty if Gills aren't careful. And it looks like it's not been given, and I'm going to put this in the highlight reel because it's one of those where I think a lot of referees would give that as a penalty. Actually, there was a push out there and they won't show the highlight, but my initial reaction to that is, you know what, you're 2-1 up, you shouldn't be playing that game. And I think Gills might have got away with that one because I know particularly that referee at Mansfield probably would have given that penalty. Still 2-1 Gills. Let's have a look at this now. We've got the replay. It's a funny one. Jeffries didn't actually put much effort into pushing the player, but again, I've seen referees give that. It's a dangerous game to be playing, particularly when you're 2-1 up with 10 minutes or so to play. Dangerous play from Gills. Good work by Wimbledon to get the ball on this left-hand side. Gills got to hold tight here. It's a good bit of pace from Wimbledon as they got a ball in a very dangerous position. It's going to be a shot on goal, and it's a decent save by Glenn Morris, and it's now on the side netting. Good work by Morris. You'd expect him to save any shot at his near post, and he did do so there, but there's a good little bit of work from Wimbledon on to get the ball into that position to find the space to shoot. It currently still stands 2-1 to the Gills, but that obviously would have equalised the play, and Gills have got to be careful now. It's a deflected shot actually came off Alexander through his legs. But again, good alert this from Morris, and you'd expect him to save it. Thank goodness he did. Still 2-1 Gills. The ball forward by Wimbledon. This could be dangerous. That's a fantastic ball by the goalkeeper, and Gills should be closing that down a bit better as it goes into the box. Aimer heads it away. They've got the ball again, Wimbledon, on this right and going to the right-hand side, and then looking to recycle this ball back into the box. They're doing well, passing it in triangles and looking to get a little bit of space. They've now found some. Gills to be careful here not to give away anything stupid. It's gone again to the right-hand side, and Wimbledon just about managed to keep the ball in play, but have been depossessed. And this could be a ball through for Hawkins instead. He might be 1-on-1. No, he's not. He's managed to beat his man. That ain't going to be a foul. He's tripped into him. And it is a foul. Interesting. And he's given a yellow card. I honestly didn't think that was a foul. But Gills coming forward. Great work by Ollie Hawkins. It looks like Gills should walk away from 3 points from this game. And that is full time, and Gills walk away victorious. 4 wins in a row at Priestfield Stadium. What a fantastic 3 points that is. And we're going to head over now to Adam Wesgate for his final summary of Gillingham's victory here this afternoon.
Well, that was another good result, wasn't it? And 2-1, who would have predicted that? But in all honesty, going 1-0 behind, which is the first time I think we've seen them go behind, aside from... No, they did go behind at Swindon as well, and they came back 3-3, but they went behind at Mansfield, lost, top 3 team. But they did it today against a team that do travel quite well, and it shows resilience, which is always a good thing. And I'd say especially, I mean, Wimbledon's goal was really good, very well taken goal, but it was against the run of play. So thankfully we didn't drop our heads, we kept on going, and that's now, I believe, 19 points out of 24 since we've made the new signings. You honestly couldn't have asked for any more. And I said the only 2 teams we dropped points against, away at Swindon, playoff contender, and lost to Mansfield away 2-0, I would say respectably. And they're top 3. It's looking really good, and we just need to look positively to next year, because I want Harris to keep his feet on the ground. He is. It's brilliant. I think they'll be safe relatively quickly. But just so long as the team doesn't get complacent, we're all good. And then we can kick on and be positive for next year. So I'm looking forward to Tuesday.